Alright, so welcome back. In this video, I want to show you how you can edit your images online. What you need is a working computer. You also need an internet connection. Alright, so first up, you want to look for images that you want to work with. So there are a few places that you can look for those images. You want to look for free images. So go to any search engine, type in free image download, and you have access to websites that offer you free images. For instance, Pixabay is a good website. It offers you quality photos. Pexels also offers quality photos. We also have Unsplash. These are good images. These are some of the places where you can get your resources. All right, so the next thing we want to access the online editor. Type in Photopea. So Photopea is similar to Photoshop. You want to go to photopea.com. Go to this link, www.photopea.com. So it's an online photo editor, and so you can click on that. I think they have a desktop version. You can download this application. I usually use it online. Right, so on home, make sure it's on home, and then you go to new project. Right, on your new project, you want to name your project up here. So let's name it tutorial. All right, so we have the width and the height, which is going to determine the resolution of your image. And then we have dots per inch, which is going to determine the quality of your image. So don't put it lower than 72. So the lower this number goes, it means the poorer the quality of your image. The higher it goes, the higher the quality. So let's just keep it at 72 for this project. And then the background, you can change the color, or you can go for these presets. So if you are working on something that is going to go on social media, for instance, something is going to go on Instagram, you can click on Instagram. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on that, and then you're going to change the resolution up here. And then I want to click on create. It's going to give us this workspace over here. So you can see this is the menu up here, your normal menu that you're used to, and then you have your tools panel on the left side, and then you have these other panels that you have. So the way this works is similar to Photoshop. You're working with layers, and so the background is the first layer that you have, and so you can toggle this eye. You can see the moment I press that, the background is now invisible, but I can make it visible. And so the way you see these layers is, it's like you're looking at something from a bird eye view. When you're looking at something from the top, this is exactly how this works. So let me go to File, Open and Place. So I'm getting images from my computer. So I want this woman here. So this is what I want to place here. What we want to do today is to change the color of the skirt. So this is what we're going to do. So once we place there, we can select that tick. And yeah, so now we have two layers. You can see the first layer is the background, the second layer is the businesswoman. You can double click this to rename that layer. You can rename it to woman. It's all up to you, and the moment you press enter, you can see now we've renamed that layer. That's how you rename your layers. If you see a lock here, it means that layer is locked. Okay, so you cannot work on that layer. So you can toggle this by clicking on the lock. Now you can see it's unlocked, but if you want to lock it, then you can go up here. You can see this. You can lock. I'm going to lock the background so that it doesn't move. So we're going to work on this image. So like I said, we want to change the color of this skirt. And so what we want to do is, let me go again and place another image. So we want to place a rose here. If you place an image, it's going to be placed on top of the current selection. When I placed this image, I had my background selected, and so that's why it was placed on top of the background. But you can always move these layers. You can move them up, you can move it down, up, So I'm going to move it up, that woman. So this is where I want that layer. So now you can see the topmost layer is this rose. So I'm going to rename this to rose. So it's the rose, and I'm going to resize it. You can use the resizing handles. If you cannot see the resizing handles, you can check this box which says transform controls up here. So I'm going to resize it until something like this is okay. Want now to select this skirt. I'm going to select the woman layer, and then I'm going to come up here you can see there's a little arrow on the bottom right corner of each tool. It means you have access to more than one tool. So if you click and hold your mouse, you can see the other tools that are available there. So I'm going to go for the quick selection tool. So I'm going to click on the woman's skirt, hoping that it's going to use its AI to select this particular color, because black is outstanding. So if I click there, you can see we have all the black color selected. You can see including the tablet she's holding. So that's not what I really want. I only want the skirt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here on the minus, and then I'm going to remove that. You can see that has been deselected. I'm satisfied with this selection. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press Ctrl J to duplicate that. So whatever you have selected, if you press Ctrl J, it's going to duplicate that. So for me to see that, I can make this invisible. So you can see now we have this layer, extra layer, which I created. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a clipping mask between these rows and this duplicate layer. So let's rename this to skirt. So I'm going to double click and write skirt. Yeah, so I want to make a clipping mask of the rows and the skirt. So the rows has to be on top. So this is what I need to do. So I'm going to select that rows, bring it down in position with the skirt. And once I do that, then I go to the rows, right click on the rows, and then go to clipping mask, clip that to the skirt, as you guys can see. All right, so yeah, this is what we wanted. I think you guys can actually see. Yeah, but the color is quite weird. Of course, we want to change the blending mode. So up here, by default, it's set to normal. So you can try out these. I want to use divide. I think it looks, yeah, because there's a huge difference between the original one, and this one. Yeah, so I kind of like this one. Yeah. All right, so yeah, basically it's about how you use this tool and how you can manipulate it to get the result that you want. Right after we finish, now we can export this. So we go to file and then export as. We can also save it as a PSD, Photopea document. I think that's what it means. It's also supported in Photoshop. So or save more PSD or PSB, or we can export it as a PNG, JPG, SVG, MP4, PDF. We want to export as PNG to make our life easier. So these are the resolutions. The quality is 100%, and then we can press on save. You can see it's going to be downloaded down here, so we can go and check our image. Show our image, double click that, boom. Yeah, so this is our result. Basically, this is what you can do to edit your images online. All right, so I hope that is helpful. If you find that helpful, leave a like, follow the channel. I hope to see you in our next tutorial. For now, I'm out. Bye bye.